Welcome everyone to another edition of Coffee with Father James, and you may notice I have a new coffee mug. This was a gift, an Easter gift from a parishioner. You know who you are. And I like this mug, not just because it's big, it can contain a lot of coffee, but it's got music on it. And I thought maybe I could sing the music, but I realized it's too complicated. And it kind of looks like piano music. So maybe someday I'll get someone to play my coffee cup for me just to see what kind of tune it is. So nevertheless, it does have the good stuff inside. I hope you're able to grab a cup as well. And, without prejudice to any of you tea drinkers, I have heard back from you, but you've been very understanding that in general, when I talk about, coffee, that it kind of includes any kind of beverage at all, preferably a warm beverage. So today I'm here to tell you about another change to our parish staff. Last week we talked about the social outreach coordinator. And so today I want to announce who our new staff member is for the position of office manager. But before I do that, I just want to back up and give you some context to help all of us understand where this came from and what the need is. Because again, sometimes the temptation is to say, well, why is Father James adding all these people? And I thought we were short of money and all this, which is true. We have a very finite number of resources, and the struggle has been in the last year is how do we redirect? How do we point and concentrate our resources in a different direction? It's the whole thing, every system is perfectly designed to get the results it's presently getting, right? So the way the parish was perfectly designed to get the results it was getting. And while many of us were content with that or happy with it, if we step back and look at the bigger picture, our parish has been declining for decades. It's in decline means dying. And so it's been aging, we've been getting older and fewer every single year. And so, our parish was perfectly designed to get those results. So we need to change that design. We need to change the thinking behind the design. And so it's about refocusing our energies and resources. And you can't grow a parish unless you grow people. That's it. Parishes are people. I'm sure you can imagine that the administrative complexity of our parish just basically skyrocketed as of January 1st, 2020, when we became an amalgamation of 5 parishes. I've been saying 4 parishes, but remember the Polish parish is now, is now a part of our parish, and that has its own complication as well as our 4 church buildings and our 13 buildings altogether. So there's this massive amount of detail. Plus, we've got to do the spiritual renewal. So when I first arrived at the parish, Sherry, who had been functioning in a sense as the kind of administrative center of St. Peter's, early in the year she had moved to being pretty much completely responsible for the financial end of things, to be the bookkeeper. And so that shift was confirmed when I arrived. And basically with that and COVID, it left us with, we didn't have a receptionist. We didn't have a traditional secretary receptionist role, which is a pretty typical role in most parishes. Sherry was kept really busy, blending the financial records from the 4 different locations and dealing with the new complexity to her position. So basically, since then, we've been limping along. We had the generous help of volunteers to come in and work the phones and the doors after we cleaned up the office. And different members of the staff have been dealing as we've been going along with different administrative functions of the parish. Sometimes we've dropped some balls. We haven't gotten it right because we're all learning, but we've limped along to this point. And so we knew that we needed someone in a central administrative position. Now, how does this differ from Roy's position? Roy's our director of operations. Remember, Roy's position, we brought him in to deal with the big picture and our 13 buildings and dealing with the present and all the pressing issues and repairs and different contracts that we have with these buildings and the different, all the different aspects around the present reality, but also about building towards the future and what that means. Plus, Roy has oversight of all the broad administrative realities of our parish. So what is this position then? If it's not bookkeeper, if it's not dealing with these big things, it's really, if you think about it being at the administrative center of the entire life of the parish. And that includes administration for administration. That's a lot of administration. But we also need a degree of administration, organization for the liturgical sacramental side of our parish, and administration, organization for the pastoral side of our parish. So in one sense, this person is to be, it's got to be very talented, but I think we've got the right person. I think we've got someone who's very talented, because we needed a unique set of gifts, someone who is highly talented with details in organization and great with people. Not always hard to find, but I think we found her. And so it's my pleasure to introduce to you Brenda Marquez. Now, let me tell you a bit about Brenda. Brenda is originally from Goa. She was born in Goa, which is a small state on the west coast of India. It was originally settled by the Portuguese. Many of you in Nova Scotia are fans of St. Francis Xavier because you went to Antigonish and went to the university there. But St. Francis Xavier was a missionary to Goa, and he's actually buried in the cathedral in Goa. So Brenda grew up in Goa. She was born there. Then her family moved to Australia, and she's got an Australian accent. And a number of years ago, after working in different areas, including working for an airline and traveling internationally and working overseas, she and her family, her husband and two sons, decided to emigrate to Canada, and they've been living in Toronto these last number of years. And Brenda was working for the Archdiocese of Toronto for the Share Lent office, which is the fundraising arm for the Archdiocese of Toronto to give money to the poor. And Brenda was an executive assistant there. She was also very, very involved, she and her family involved in their local parish, involved in youth ministry and different parish organizations. And a while back, they decided that they wanted to maybe live a less hectic pace of life, and they looked across Canada and came to the wise decision that the best place to live in Canada is Nova Scotia. I mean, that just shows you right there the quality of the person that we're getting here, and the wisdom, that we're getting. So she and her family are moving here. They secured a home. They're moving in a couple of weeks to begin a new life, a brand new life here in Nova Scotia. And we're going to be very, very blessed to welcome Brenda onto our parish team. And guess what? She's going to be starting the exact same day as Jan is starting. So July 5th, Monday, July 5th is when she will begin. And I look forward to it because there's a lot of work to do. And with Brenda coming in and slotting into that remaining space, I think that the administrative, organizational dimension of our parish is going to be rock solid. Because here's the thing, I think you'll agree with me. If you don't have order there, it's hard to build on and do the pastoral things and the spiritual renewal things. We need to have organization. We need to have good order. We need to be able to work with people well and have good systems. And there's still a lot of aspects or dimensions of our parish life in which we need to create new systems, new ways of doing things. There's a lot of learning still to happen, but I look forward to having her on team. Obviously, in the meantime, we continue with lockdown. We are presuming, hoping perhaps that, as was originally mentioned by the provincial leaders, that our lockdown will cease on May 30th. Now, it was extended, as you know, it was extended an extra week until May 30th because of the surge in number of cases, but the case numbers have been going down a little bit these last few days, so we're hoping and praying that'll continue to drop, and we will actually return to a degree of normalcy by end of May. More and more people are getting vaccinated. I'm getting actually my vaccine tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting to get my first one. And so in the meantime, we're of course still doing everything over live stream, weekday mass, Sunday mass, and as I mentioned last time, we do have the need for you to be really intentional about giving. That's a bit of a lifeline for us to continue to go as a parish. And so please, online giving, Canada Helps, or e-transfers are very, very easy. Usually that's when you send an email from your bank account and you can transfer money over. And we'd appreciate that. Or signing up for pre-authorized giving would be fantastic as well. Or it could just simply be dropping an envelope through the mailbox. We still accept those as well. So thank you for that, and thank you for your prayers. Please pray for Brenda. Please pray for Jan. Please pray that we can continue to move forward in this crazy time. So with that, that's about all I have to say. And as I said, I do look forward to finding out what the music on my mug really is. So God bless and have a wonderful week. Thank you.